what's up guys and welcome back. Today, by popular request, a lot of you have asked me what were my top 5 favorite decks of 2018, so today I'm going to share that with you. A few things, I'm not going to include my own decks, because obviously they're my number one. And I won't be including the decks that I haven't actually received. So there are a lot of cards out there that I would have liked to get that I either didn't order or were sold out, and I would have loved to include those, but these are my top 5 favorite decks that I own that came out in 2018. So without further ado guys, like this video by the way, subscribe if you're new here, let's get into it, let's go. Number 5 are the Art and Machine deck. Now I've reviewed this deck in the past, I just thought I'd mention it here because it is one of my favorite and simplistic looking decks. This is by Ryan Hewlett. This deck of cards looks at 4 specific moments in the history of art and design as it wrestled to incorporate machine technology or push against it. It has this abstract look. The back design with the orange and the white X looks really good. The embossing on the tuck case is really great, the details on it. I think it's just abstract and sort of out there enough that it catches your eye. The contrast in colors of just the simple orange and white is really bold. The cards feel great, and I've been playing with them for quite a long time, and they feel absolutely stellar. Definitely made the list. That was my number 5. Number 4, Michael Stern's Hype Deck Volume 2. This is the second edition, Mixtape Volume 2 by my friend Michael Stern. It is a composition of a bunch of different cardistry decks that have been released in the past year, including cards from Anyone Worldwide, Dealer's Grip, and the Cardistry Con deck. The cards once again feel great. There's a few ad cards in there and jokers, which are pretty sick. The faces are standard as well. I think a deck like this is a statement, it's fun, and when you have something like this in your hands, people tend to notice, which is really cool. And it has as well that abstract design to it, which I really appreciate with the deck of cards. I like when designs are so out there that they make you talk about them and they make you sort of look at them more. They're not just bland and simple. Some of these decks are really out there, and I like that a lot. I appreciate that. It's always a risk putting out a deck that looks like this, but I think the payoff is great, and I think it was really well received. So that is a Mixtape Volume 2 Hype Deck by Michael Stern as my number 4. Number 3 is the 5th edition Orbit cards. This is by my friend Chris Brown, who owns the Orbit playing card company. This is his 5th edition. The colors on this are just insane. Very simplistic. Has a bit of that 80s illustration vibe to it with the teal and orange, 2 of my favorite colors. Pretty much matches my Instagram grid, which is why it made it on the list. The tuck case also has a really beautiful design with a lot of little simple illustrations on the tabs. The jokers are really sick. I love the colors in them. The Ace of Spades as well with the little astronaut looks really great. Faces are standard aside from, they're standard, but they're like the classic standard, and they have a little bit of that blue and orange hue once again. They feel phenomenal. I think USPC with most of their decks this year really knocked it out of the park. Just an overall great deck, looks amazing, feels amazing. Orbit never disappoints with any deck that he puts out, so I'm really proud of him, and I'm proud of the way this one turned out. I as well got the V6, so the 6th edition, I'll be reviewing that in the future as well. That was my number 3. Number 2 are the O2s by Franco Pascali and Benji Taylor entry playing cards. I've reviewed the O1s in the past before. The O2s are great. They are a remake of the Cardistry Con 17 deck, which came out the year before. They basically just added borders to them, but that for me makes all the difference. It makes them usable for me when I perform Magic or when I'm just casually strolling and having a deck of cards on me. The face cards again are standard. Obviously the ace looks really cool. They have this Tokyo vibe to them, this synthwave aesthetic, which I really appreciate. I love that Japanese inspired design. I've talked about that a lot, and I think it's great, and I hope that Benji and Franco keep making these cards, and I think that they should, and I think that they should keep working together and producing some amazing decks, because I look forward to the next ones. My number 2, the O2 entries. My number 1 deck might come out of left field, but this was a deck sent to me by Dan and Dave. They sent me a care package, and in this care package, one stood out to me that was very different than anything I've ever seen before in a deck of cards. It is by Block Playing Cards. These are the 2018 Marble Edition. The tuck case on this looks incredible. It has that marble back with those gold foil veins on the tuck case, which make it look really exquisite, really high end, something you'd find at like the Met Gala. Simplistic design, but very elegant. Cards themselves handle phenomenally well. They are an asymmetrical design, which means that the back is not two ways, it is a one-way design, so depending on which way you fan it out, the fact that it looks like a solid object, but they are pieces of paper, is really intriguing to me. I know that they've put out wood-back designs as well. The Ace of Spades, again, very simplistic. I love the fact that they kept the pip very small and unique with that marble design. It's something so simple and yet still feels so unique. My number 1 deck of 2018, the Block Playing Cards Marble Edition. Alright guys, so that is my top 5 of this year. Hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to showcase some of these playing cards the way that I see them. And I think that's really interesting, and it allows me to be creative with a deck of cards, and I miss that. And it's one of the reasons I went back to the 365 project on my Instagram, which you can check out by the way. It just allows me to be creative with a deck of cards in the way that I see these deck of cards being portrayed. So I'm thinking about doing a deck review in this style, but maybe focus more on a single deck, maybe once a week. If that's something you guys want to see, I'm totally down to uploading a deck review once a week. Just maybe share with you guys what's either new in the community or maybe a deck that you've missed that has come out maybe years ago that you've just gone under the radar. So anything like that, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below. I would love to do that. I think just creatively, it really speaks to me, and hopefully it gives you guys a little bit of insight into the playing card design industry. So thanks guys so much for watching. Again, if you did like this video, go ahead and smash it. I will see you on the next video. Peace.